everyone, today is day 4 in the Strike Back Videoathon. Today's question was favourite music and favourite books, so a piece of music that makes you think of a book. Now unfortunately for this question I did have a really good think about it, and I don't really do that kind of association with books. For me, a book becomes related to a piece of music or a song if it's used in the screen adaptations. So for example, Shadowhunters, Monster is now with that because it's in the TV series. Shannara Chronicles has a lot of their songs in there, which really work well with the TV series. So that's what I have in my mind when I read the books. I will get around to it. The same with The Hunger Games. It's Taylor Swift's Eyes Opens and Safe and Sound. I don't really associate songs or pieces of music with a book unless it's directly linked to it. So if I was reading Indiana Jones, I would hear the Indiana Jones theme, not any other piece of music. So for this one, I have decided to highlight my favourite sci-fi books. Because I like sci-fi, I read quite a range of sci-fi, so I just wanted to share some of my favourites with you. First up is probably a no-brainer for people to guess, but that's A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. This is by Becky Chambers. It's the first in possibly a trilogy. It's the Wayfarers series, and this is effectively a Firefly meets Red Dwarf kind of story, where we follow a person with secrets who joins a group of very peculiar people and species and gosh knows what else on a ship, and they take a long journey, because they have to get to this planet to do a job. This is very much one of those books where it's not about where you get to, it's how you get there. And let me tell you, the journey on this is so much fun. It's really enjoyable, it's really well written, and the characters are just, they're so interactive and really interesting, so highly recommend this. Another sci-fi classic would be Julian May's The Many-Coloured Land. This is book 1 in the Saga of the Exile series. I just really like the characters in here. It's kind of a little bit like Game of Thrones in that we follow quite a few different characters, and there's a lot of politics going on, and there's all this world building going on, but there's a nice healthy dose of aliens in here as well, and our main characters are out of their own time zone. They've gone back to prehistory in here. But it's really, really well told, really entertaining, and a good ride. So I would recommend this series. Regular viewers will recognise the next book on my list. This is Leviathan Wakes by James S. A. Corey, first book in the Expanse series. If you want Game of Thrones in space, but better and more hopeful, this is the series for you. This is so well written. This starts off as a crime mystery thriller in space, but quickly turns into something a lot more gory and unexpected. Very, very good. Slightly younger readers, I would recommend Time Riders by Alex Scarrow. This is book 1 in the series. There are currently 9 books with the 10th on its way. And this follows a group of out-of-place teenagers who have died in their original timelines. They've been put into a particular point in time to basically keep history on track. And it follows their adventures as one timeline is changed into another timeline, and they have to fight to figure out what got changed and how they can put it back on track. Very enjoyable, very entertaining, and not at all patronising. We read this as adults and it was great fun. And the final book on my list I'd like to recommend is Retribution Falls by Chris Wooding. This is a steampunk style story, little bit like Firefly again, that kind of misfit crew of criminals who bounce from one bad situation to another and end up getting tied up into much bigger things than they ever thought possible. And it's just really entertaining and sarcastic, and the characters are really different. There's somebody for everybody to actually fall in love with. It's just really, really enjoyable. I can't recommend the Tales of the Ketty J series enough. There are only 4 books in the series. I wish there were more because I could spend a lot of time with this crew. So they are my favourite sci-fi books out there at the moment. I've tried to pick ones that other people won't have picked, so you're seeing different things, because obviously I know a lot of people in Booktube are binge watching these videos back to back, so it's something different for you today. And as always, the key point of the Strike Back Videoathon is to recommend a small booktuber, and I use small in inverted commas, to recommend them on your video, so other people are aware of them. They can go and subscribe if they want to. They can go and watch some videos to get their video count up a little bit. So today's one, I am going to recommend you all go and check out Tatty the Tiny Booktuber. I will leave a link to her channel down below. I have recently discovered her and found her to be a wonderful, very bubbly and enthusiastic person who loves talking about a wide range of books. And yeah, don't let her size put you off, because she's just so much fun to watch and really, really enjoyable. So go and check her out, please. Link will be in the description box down below. As always, I will be leaving links to other booktubers that I think you should go and give some love to, and book bloggers as well. Let's keep building the links in the community. Let's not forget there are other people out there as well besides BookTube. My social media links are all in that box as well, right at the bottom. If you want to find me, just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, you'll find me, as is my book blog. As always, leave me your comments for your favourite sci-fi books in the boxes down below. Leave me links to videos. I will go and check them out. Don't worry, I go and check my spam folder. Don't worry about things like that. And thank you very much for watching. Happy reading. Bye everyone.